It's a great day here at Real Talk Media Studios because I have Bridget Potterton joining me. She's wonderful. She's an expert, and I'm super happy to have you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Anytime. So I talk about your expertise, right? You are a certified divorce real estate expert, correct? Maybe
Yes.
you can share more about that and shed some light on our viewers.
Absolutely. So a certified divorce real estate expert is essentially somebody who has been trained extensively in the field of real estate and divorce combined.
Okay. Very stressful.
Up until recently, there really has not been a lot of great education for the real estate community on how to handle these cases. I started doing them over 10 years ago, and there was really nothing. And I was we were all the blind leading the blind. We didn't know what we were doing. I look back now, having gone through a formal education for it, and I shudder to think some of the mistakes that I made back then, just not knowing any better.
Right, right. So I'm assuming, so how do you do it? How do you go about doing that? So so you have a divorce situation and they're ready to sell a home. Is that where you come in and try to help navigate that?
That is the case sometimes. I work a lot with family law attorneys.
Okay.
So oftentimes what will happen is they will be the ones communicating with me either through a court order or through a mediation agreement that they put together where they name me in the case that I need to sell the property. Occasionally, I will be communicated with by either party, the sellers, and it can get very sticky sometimes. There's a lot of different factors. It's who's on title. Are both parties on title? Are both parties on the loan? Do both parties want to sell? Do both of them want to sell but at different times? There's a lot of different things that can happen. And oftentimes in the high conflict ones, you may be dealing with things like restraining orders or abuse or challenges with children, things like that. And so there's a lot of complexities that we have to deal with as realtors in these. And for the most part, we really aren't equipped and educated to do that.
Right. Right.
So a couple years ago, I found out about this certification, and it actually took 6 months to complete.
I believe
it's extremely intensive.
Right.
We were trained as expert witnesses. We learned from judges. We learned from attorneys. We learned from lenders who are in that aspect as well of buyouts and lending professionals. And then Laurel Starks, who is the founder of the CaDRE, she has sort of become a mentor to me and has really helped push me into that field. Where I'm now speaking and doing lunch and learns for attorneys and what they call CLEs, their continuing education, and providing a lot of value and education to the family law community.
Wow. Well, so you're a wonderful asset and, of course, to your client. So thank you so much for sharing what you do. Obviously, you're an added benefit, especially to those that are going through a difficult time like that. Please join me again anytime. Come to the studio, and thanks for joining me at Real Talk Media.
Thank you so much.
Anytime.